I am healing, I am aware, I am present. Welcome to Spiritual Court, where karmic justice shall be served. I am Judge Affirmation. The plaintiff, you may go first. Your throat chakra may be activated. Please tell me, what am I holding safe, sacred space for today? Thank you so much, Judge Affirmation. My name is Lotus Flower Bomb, and I am from Decatur, Georgia. And I'm here today because I am suing the defendant, Christopher Anubis, frankincense, for fraudulent representation. The defendant is out here, Your Honor, pimping people with positivity, luring them into polygamous relationships with the hopes of peace and prosperity. And that is not what I got, Your Honor. But before that, I would like to tell you how I met the defendant, because it wasn't always trauma bonding. It actually started off very high vibrational. Very high vibrational. I met the defendant at the all-melanated, alkaline, vegan, plant-based barbecue kickback in Atlanta, Georgia. And it was beautiful. His aura was glowing. It was amazing. We actually were brought together by our love of food. It was one mac and ease left, and we both were going for it. And his hand touched it first. However, he was such a gentleman that he said, let's split it. And we split it. We sat down. It was on from there. And right then and there, Judge Affirmation, I knew that I had manifested my twin flame. And it was just so amazing. We had so much in common. We're both black sheeps of the family, breaking generational traumas, creating generational wealth, and we're both entrepreneurs. So, and I'm not going to lie neither, because I know he's probably going to say something about it. But the moon was in Scorpio. The moon was in Scorpio. So the sacral chakra was very active. It was very active. And we was present in the moment, and I allowed, myself to just be willing to receive all that was being presented to me. And we had an amazing time. And, right after we got done exchanging energy, he let it be known right then and there, I don't want to mislead you, but I'm building from the ground up. And I'm out here, black man, building for the collective. And I would love for you to assist me and be a part of this legacy that I'm building. And I just felt so honored. It was so amazing because I'm a foodie. I've always loved food. So I was like, look at the universe bestowing me, with something that I can assist the collective with. And however, I didn't know in that moment that he had already been holding interviews with other women out here. And he already had other women that I would later on find out who were sister wives ready to do the same thing that he asked me to do in that very moment. So I felt as if I was going to just be the one, his Bonnie to his Clyde. However, I became a team member, employee, instead of a lover. So that's when I realized that he was actually out here faking, pimping people with positivity, luring them into a polygamous relationship with hopes of peace and prosperity. But that's not what happened. It was just high vibrational, spiritual trauma bonding, Judge Affirmation. I am shocked. So clearly, Miss Lotus Flower Bomb, you gave up the vegan cookie and then it eventually crumbled because you busted open immediately. What was it? What did it feel like? Divine timing? It must have been some pure alignment for you to, on the first night. There's no judgment here. This is a safe, sacred space. However, whatever he was leading with must have been very strong, unless you were operating within overactive sacral chakra to allow him to enter into your safe space on the first night. I don't know where you are on your healing journey. But it gives overactive. But hey, the whole time I'm thinking that I'm just being in alignment, being a good queen to my king, assisting him on his journey as he out here being of service for the collective. So I knew it was a Saturday and he had this really big catering gig. So I was like, let me pull up on my man and assist him and let him know that I'm out here in alignment with his assignment. And so I get there, I pull up in the back, and I see another vehicle next to his vehicle, and I'm like, who he done manifested, to assist him. And so I go inside, Your Honor, Judge Affirmation, it's a whole nother divine goddess in there, cutting kale, assisting him in the kitchen. I was like, excuse me, Anubis, frankincense, can I see you over here in the corner, please? I need a little moment. And I pulled him over to the side, and he was like, Goddess, don't trip. This is for you. I manifested her into our life to assist us to take the weight off your shoulder when you're not around. She's a real team player. And I wanted to introduce y'all, but I didn't want you to see it like this. But this is better because you actually see she out here putting in work. You're really trying to gaslight me up to make me feel okay about seeing another woman in here assisting him when I'm supposed to be the one that he manifested into his life to be his ISIS to his Asar. You know what I'm saying? It just wasn't sitting well in my heart space, in my heart chakra. So that's when I knew right then and there that it was something more than what he even told me that he needed me to come into his life for. He was out here out of alignment. I am shocked. I see. So what did you say to the other lady when you seen her in the kitchen helping him cut kale? Judge Affirmation, I just know that he is a man of the people and he is big on collective work and healing and being of service. So I just looked at it as if he was putting her in a position to be able to provide for herself and her family. It wasn't until the next day when I came in like I normally do to assist and she was still there. And he was like, she just gonna be prepping and cutting vegetables while he cook and I run the front. And I was like, okay, it's cool, you know, less work for me to do. You know, I see the plan. I seen the bigger picture. So then as we working, somebody else came in. Another woman came in. And I was like, okay, wait a minute, you know. So then he was like, yeah, she is going to be maintenance in the front, sweeping, making sure the outside is neat, the bathroom is stocked, things like that for when the guests coming in and out. And I was like, okay, cool, you know, less work for me to do, because I was actually doing everything that those two ladies is doing right now. I was his everything. You know, I was the one. I was his heartbeat. I was his reason. I was going to come in and assist with all things that he needed, you know, to be done on his journey, because that's how I support. And so I had got ready to, you know, go have my lunch outside, and I walked up and I hugged him, and immediately I just felt the energy shifted, and I heard, I am listening. I see. And Miss Lotus Flower Bomb, it seems as if the defendant was seeking finance while you were allowing yourself to be present in what you thought was romance, which what got you into the situation you are in now. Do you feel as if you were possibly looking at this through rose-colored glasses? I highly feel as if you should have checked into your natal chart and see what was going on with your Venus placement, because this situation is giving some form of karmic love attachment. And I was like, no, you're not trying to gas me up. We're supposed to be healing, and now I'm over here hurting. And so he explained to me that she's just a friend. It's not as deep as I think it is. And for me to release the triggering thoughts that were crossing my mind and to go within and heal. So I left and let them continue to work together because I wanted to trust him. I didn't want to project any of my past relationships on him. And so that's where I went wrong. Red flag number one, not trusting my intuition and allowing him to gaslight me when actuality, she was there as sister wife. Number one, Your Honor, she was there before I even got in the picture. I'm interested. I see already that this is going to be a very exciting story. Mr. Anubis, frankincense, your throat chakra may be activated. Please tell me what I'm holding safe, sacred space for you today.
Gratitude, Judge Affirmation, for you holding space. I'm Anubis, a frankincense, and I'm here because the plaintiff, Lotus Flower Bomb, is accusing me of trying to pimp her into a polygamous relationship with positivity, and that's not even what happened. Yes, we did meet at the Alkaline Vegan Plant-Based Barbecue Kickback in Atlanta, Georgia, because that's where I currently reside. However, from the first night, her root chakra was open, her sacral chakra was active, and she allowed me into her safe, sacred space. And she wanted to partake in all of the group activities, Judge Affirmation. She was willing. She was willing. So I don't know why she in here today acting like she didn't know what was going on. She know we building for the collective. She know this is a bonding situation. I'm not trying to be disrespectful and put Lotus's business out there because she already said it. You know, the synergy and her energy was in sync. I just want to give that as an example for context to let you know how willing she was to, you know, participate in all activity